from like 14 for round number 3 here at Donington Park, and it is fully raining, so it's our first wet race in 182 days, thanks to VTR. When the last time was actually just a full wet race entirely, we don't know, because it definitely rained during the sprint, and it half rained in the main race before drying out. So Minato is the first person out on track. So I wasn't here last week because I was at Donington Park itself. But last week, VTR took the sprint victory ahead of Craig and Reps, and in the main race, VTR took the victory ahead of Jack and Shay. So I think that would mean VTR's leading the championship, but I've been a bit too busy to do the championship standings. But hopefully I'll be able to do them soon. As Minato doing some corner cutting on the freshly wet, not fresh wet grass, but just on the wet grass, and has gone down already. So that means that Shay is now the rider on course to go first, or not. As they head towards down the foggy S's. No, this is meant to be the 2009 version of Donington, but the foggy S's is the modern version. But the curve's not being the curves are profiled like it's like 2009. So it was a bit of a oddball. But and Shay and Craig going down at the Melbourne Loop, or Melbourne Harbour. This isn't how good as Schmois has gone down, and Karen as well. So around Goddard, and Minato will start, or he doesn't. He feels straight into the pit, and that is who's that? Shay. So Shay is the first person to start a lap in the session. Jack Berman. Jack Berman, I think off the top of my head, he won here at Donington last time out on MotoGP 23. The last time it was a long race might have been here in like season 8 or something like that. Because I remember one race which was pouring down all the time. I'll say like Platt won by miles, and then second place was like Craig or somebody who just stayed on. Because on this time of year, it's usually raining. I have to look at the history of BSB in their sessions, and 9 times out of 10 when they arrive in October time, it rains at least one of the days. Is that closing in on Shay? Heading towards the final sector now. The hardest braking sector. Really hard to set your bike up here at Donington, because you've got to set the bike to be nice and flowy, and then but you've also got to try and compromise it with setting up so you can put it really hard into these final 2 hairpins and a little bit of a rear lock. For Shays, he exits the final corner out to the start finish straight, and Jack immediately dethrones him. But VTR on the Prima Pramac Racing Ducati, currently on course to go to pole position. On the brakes, going sideways, a bit too sideways. He's run really, really, really wide. But he cuts back for a late apex. Doesn't use the ride-out device, from what I can tell. VTR just about take pole position from his teammate, and Jack's gone down as well. Howling T's just joined the lobby, so he'll be starting in the last place. Now there are some penalties that have been given out from the previous race, which was Schmois gained 0.6 penalty in qualifying, Karen and Minato gained long lap penalties. As Mekovic goes into 4th, Minato slipping underneath Mekovic at red gate. And we got Nelson, who I think is his first race of the season, and he's on board the factory Ducati. And off the top of my head, I think this might be the first time he's on the factory Ducati. Usually on the Honda, he's been on the factory Honda, the Pramac Ducati, he's been on every bike you can think of, basically. VTL's gone down in his second lap. And Craig, Red sector 2. So where's the three-time champ? No, is it three? Two-time champion gonna go. Nick Jumping goes into 4th. These guys have been aware. I've known that it's going to be a wet race for a couple of days, so there is no excuse for not practicing. As and Nelson just loses the front like so many have done before at that corner. Really easily done. Craig goes into 4th. Aaron Jacko, a renowned wet weather rider in the past, usually can spring up a result in the wet conditions. Really big amount of rear locking into the final corner. And he goes 7th. Schmoy, and again, I have a feeling we haven't seen a lot of those crashes. So Jack Bowman and VTR currently 1st and 2nd. VTR red sector 1. Jack Bowman was red sector 1, was lost in the 2nd sector. Nick Jumping improving. Not a lot can separate 3rd to 7th. Whoa, VTR really wide into Coppice. Blind entry, so it's really easily done. VTR creates a new racetrack for himself. He's on the factory Yamaha. 2 personal best sectors. Minato, 2 personal best sectors as well. Minato, one of 3 riders yet to sell lap time. Ooh, Schmoy's breaking onto the curbs and the white line. Really don't want to be doing that. And Schmoy's has invalidated a lap somewhere. Didn't quite see how or where that happened. Minato now into the final corner. And up to the line. And he goes 3rd by 1,000th. Whoa, and Renato's lost the front. Karen's just gone out in front of him as well and has gone down. Oh, and Nick Jumping's gone down at Coppice. Lots of crashes going. Oh my, that's a big high side. He's trying to get out of the way. VTR now into Coppice. Wonder where the Dunlop Bridge would be if it was still there. I'm just worried the tip and another validation. So people really struggling with sustained valid laps here. Let's see, Finley on board the factory Aprilia. Yet to set lap time. I think he's just come out of the box. Where's Karen? Karen also on an out lap creates a new line. Whoa! And the rear locks up, and as he's gone onto the tarmac and he's gone down. Jack Berman's gone down as well. Schmoy's is on a improved lap as I can't find him. There he is. 3 personal best sectors head into the final one. Or when he's blown the Melbourne loop though. But he just needs to find less than a 10th. He'll jump onto the front row. Just got odds. The M1 Yamaha protesting, doesn't want to turn, doesn't want to brake, doesn't want to do anything. He crosses the line and he jumps to 3rd place. But Craig now 2 red sectors. Oh, and he's blown Coppice. And Finley again creating a new circuit layout. Oh, and Karen locks the rear through Goddard's. That's perfect timing to jump on board with him. Because Jack Berman is currently invalidated. Minato create lots of people inventing new lines here. Very popular. Surprised how many people are doing it too. It's in the wet conditions and how dangerous it is. As Nelson does not want to join Craner Cup, so he's done the wise thing and gone straight on. Would not be able to do that in real life, I know that for a fact. So that's anybody who's ever tried to do that. And Shay now, who's been on the podium in both GP races so far. Following the brakes into Foggies. Heading down towards the Melbourne loop. A load of front brake. Got McAvid and Schmoyes ahead of him. Finley and Karen still yet to set lap times. Mack again out of the way nicely. Can Shea retake the spot onto the front row of the grid? Up to the line. And he jumps into second place for the Grassini Ducati. Finley now hopefully can set a lap time. His teammate Craig corner cutting. Trying to save time getting back to the pits. Oh, and Finley kisses the inside curb and touches the white line, the front tucks, and he goes down. Finley just cannot put a lap time together to save his life. And Shea has lost the front into McLean's as well, but that was just the front tucking, not touching the curb or anything like that. Owen Nelson's gone down as well. Yeah, we could be seeing a crash record here, because the crash record is from Assen a number of seasons ago, where in the dry, I want to say it was something stupid like 40-something crashes in one race, and it was dry as well. So, during these wet conditions, the amount of people running wide, like track limits, long laps, I wouldn't be surprised if a red flag comes out, but that can be done by the game, not myself. So, let's hope there's not a red flag. But I would not be surprised if somebody joins the Craner Club and it just causes mass chaos. There's a lot of people now in the first sector. One of them being the championship leader, the pole man. Let's see, where's Finley? He's coming out the pits now. He's got one last chance. And Nick jumping. Currently on course to take pole position. Strong first sector for the German. On the brakes into Coppice. Front end just goes really, although there's so much force that goes on the front tyre, the rear goes really light and it's blind as well. He's remaining on a personal best. Harder on the brakes into Foggies. He's got it sorted. He's got McAvid somewhere near him. I think it's the next back behind. Has he got it stopped for Melbourne? Kind of. Oh, he's invalidated on the exit of the Melbourne loop. So he's going to get one more go at it. Where's McAvid now? He's coming up to... Oh, he's to track limits. Can Karen do a lap on his final go? Actually, sorry, he's got one. He has got another go. So this is penultimate time round. Schmoyes red sector, Craig red sector, VTR red sector. So keep an eye. As Karen has already invalidated, so, and I've been very unaware. Jack Berman somehow, some way, has managed to snatch pole position off his teammate. Jack Berman, whose first victory came in the West in season 5 in Spang, from memory. I might have completely made that up, but I do seem to remember his first victory being in the West on a Suzuki. But red sectors. Oh, and VTL's invalidated in Foggies. Jack Berman's invalidated as well. Oh, it might be like yellow flags maybe to get invalidated. So it's Shea now. Can Shea steal pole position from the GP24 Ducatis? Very cautious through Foggies. And he invalidates as well. Just lots of... And Finley's out. I think Finley's session's over. Yeah, there's no way he's going to start another lap from there. So Finley is going to be starting at the back. Look at the front end of Keren's KTM, it's just all over the place. Well, I think it's safe to say Jack Berman pole position for the home rider. Not that, I mean, it's not like there's a load of home riders, but this round, well, his home round in real life is actually Snetterton, so someone will be classed as his home round on this game. Lots of red sectors. Schmoyes, 2 red sectors. After could Schmoyes cause an upset here? Craig, 2 red sectors. Nick Jumpy, 2 red sectors. BFL Manato's gone down at McLean's. So Keren into the final corner. He is going to set a lap time, so Finley is going to have to start from 12th place. Now we wait and see. Can Jack Berman? Oh, he's invalidated, so now where's Craig? Oh, it was Nick Jumping as well. Nick Jumping's behind. What can the 2 Aprilias do into the final sector? Oh, Aaron Jacko's gone down. So we go up to the line. Craig jumps to 4th. Nick Jumping jumps to 5th. And then I've just got to remember which rider to penalise here. Schmoyes by 0.6. So the rain has somehow disappeared for the qualifying results, but it is Jack Berman ahead of VTR and Shea on the front row. Craig second, Craig 4th, Nick 5th, Minato 6th, Nelson 7th, Aaron 8th, Schmoyes 9th, Mekovic 10th, Keren 11th, Finley rounding out the field in 12th, with Howling Siege in 13th.
Until the start of the British Grand Prix. Just a few seconds more and Donington will become the scene of a real battle between the riders.
As you can see, Jack Berman now sponsored by Quadlock, apparently. Good sponsor to have. Right, there we go. That's the grid sorted. I've got to remember 2 people have got long lap penalties, but there's no long lap penalty at Donington because it's a classic track, even though the long lap penalty does exist in real life. But they haven't added it to the game. Okay, so Karen and Minato have long lap penalties. They're the two riders that will be given 3 seconds at the end of the race. I'll give it to them on lap 2, if I remember. As we now just wait for some of the riders to ready up. Aaron, Finley, Karen and Howling. Ideally, they need to ready up soon because some of them have other races to do later today. Karen always takes his time. Finley and Howling. Well, Finley's got to figure out how to do a lap valid, really. He's got a long 15 laps ahead of him. There we go, he readies up. I don't quite know it's taking so long. Just waiting on Howling now. Oh, come on, Howling, you can, you know you want to. Press that ready up button. Doesn't take 3 minutes to ready up. Right, there we go. Can finally get this race underway.
Only moments to go until the start of the British Grand Prix. Just a few seconds more and Donington will become the...
So, who is going to take victory at Donington Park? It's the first classic round of the season. Lights are on. And they are off. It's a good start for Jack Berman and VTR. The two Pramac Ducatis got away well into Redgate for the first time. Oh, that's big. That was Shane Craig making contact in Redgate. Oh, Howling's gone down at turn 1. The first of probably many crashes in this race. As he'll file down into... Oh, and Minato's gone down. As he'll now file through. Crane is at the old hairpin and now up the Schwantz curve Hollywood. Oh, and Howling's gone down again. Schmoyes has gone down. Bike to bow rolling all over the place, the background there. But the front guys have got away clean-ish. As Shay's looking to try and go from VTR, not VTR, trying to hold off Jack Berman. Jack Berman goes up the inside of the Grassini Ducati and makes the move stick. So it's a Pramac 1-2 once again. And Minato's gone down. Onto the brakes for Foggies for the first time in this race. Whoa, and that Shay has a big snap in braking and has to go straight on. Then I'll come down to Melbourne Loop. So easy to outbrake yourself. And Nelson has found his way from the third row to third. Oh, the front just locking. I think VTR ran a bit wide there. Oh, Cray's gone down. Cray's gone down at the final corner. There's two Pramac Ducatis go side by side down the home straight. Oh, Nick Jack's lost the front into the red gate. Big error there. And I can't give penalty. I can't give long lap penalties out, so I'm gonna have to just add 3 seconds into the race to the rider. So big mistake from Jack Berman. Howling C just gone down again, and now Nelson is into second. He's got Schaefer company. Nick jumping's fourth, Mekavid sixth, Aaron fifth. Karen, oh, and Craig's gone down again. Oh dear. It's not going well for Craig, one of the championship contenders. He's going out of coppice now. And Finley, from last on the, well, second to last on the grid, is now seventh. He didn't do a valid lap for the entirety of the 15 minutes qualifying session, and that's got to be playing on his mind. The fact that he's either crashed or invalidated, so he could be on his way to some long lap penalties. But VTR out front, 1.3 seconds over Nelson. Oh, and Nick Jumping's lost the front, probably at Goddard's. And that means these guys are now promoted inside the top six as Mekavid. And Aaron going side by side into Redgate as they start number 3, and Aaron's rear end locking. I think people maybe have too strong engine braking or slippery clutch, or just maybe there's just not a lot of rear grip. Oh, and Karen's gone down at Redgate. Lots of whoa, and Mecca almost goes down at Craner's. Oh, Aaron, I don't think this section here is the place to be making moves in the wet as well. It's Craig getting track limits warnings. So in the background they're going a bit wide. I think that was Finley. As he's got Nick jumping for company. Oh, and Finley just reinvents the track. Lots of people reinvented the foggy S's. Here comes Aaron up the inside of Mekavid into the Melbourne loop, and he gets the moves done. At the front, VTR's not shaking enough Nelson, but I just have a feeling VTR knows, he's understanding what Nelson's pace is and just riding to it, because all his championship rivals have ended up on the floor in the first 3 laps of the race. So he has no need to take any sort of risk at this stage. The wet weather is already playing. It's already been difficult. This Beck was looking up the inside, but no, you just can't quite do it there. On the exit of the old hairpin, though, to go into Schwant curve. He's going to go round the outside. No, he can't quite do it. Aaron holds off the VR46 Ducati. He's looking up the side to McLean's, but he just can't quite do it. I'm going to get onto the outside curbs and onto the white line. You really don't want to be doing that. Mekavid's already got long lap penalty, so has Minato and Karen. Mecca looking at Foggy's. Whoa, a big snap. But he's got it held down though. And Jack Berman, fastest rider on circuit. He lost the poleman after all, it's not a shock. He goes, whoa, Finley. How Finley got that stopped, I have no idea. Went full stop back into the Melbourne loop. He's looking up the inside into Goddard's. And he's just had to go really slow. He hits the back of Mecca. He can't quite get through, so he now go down the home straight. He's got the inside line for Redgate. He's going to brake earlier as Mecca's getting sucked into Aaron's slipstream. He runs wide and Finley moves inside the top 5. So that's Nick jumping in 7th, Jack Berman closing in on this small group here as well. Nick jumping looking at the old hairpin. You don't want to be, you've got to fully commit to make a move there. Let's make a start. Oh, and Jack Berman's through at Schwantz. Jumps into 7th place. Oh, and Finley uses the inside curb of Coppice there. It's cost him so much time. But Mecca can't find a way through. Oh, and Nick jumping just pushes his way through on the inside of Jack Berman, but I think Jack's retook the place. And here we go. Mecca looking up the inside into Foggies. Can't quite do it. Now heading towards Melbourne again. VTR currently 2.2 seconds out in front. Oh! Mecca in the back of Finley. But there is a train starting to form now. From Aaron Alder. Whoa! That was a very aggressive pass. And that drops Finley all the way down to 8th. Like just taking the most tight line you could possibly take at Goddard's, and Finley having no choice but to just be bumped out of the way. And the stewards have deemed Finley responsible for that one, apparently. There's Jack Berman now looking to try and move inside the and Finley's gone down. He's bite on, he's gone. It's just been a race to forget for Finley, unfortunately. Rekovid all over the back of Jack, and he bumps him out the way as well. Rekovid's taking no prisoners. As Nick Jumping's closing in as well. And Karen's gone down. Oh my god, Nick Jumping looking up the inside. Oh! Nick Jumping's managed to somehow get it stopped at the expense of Jack Berman though. And that's cost him 0.8 of a second to Mecca as Jack's looking back up the inside at Goddard's feet. Oh, look at that, he just boarded him out of the way. There was no quarter given to anybody in this race. So out front, VTR leading the way by 2.3 seconds. He's just doing what I have a feeling he's not riding at the limit, he's just riding at a nice easy pace where he can just manage things. He's the only rider to not have any form of warning as Karen's gone. He's just simply hitting all the marks, making sure the bike stays upright, doesn't hit the grass and hit the white line. Here comes Craig, does to go up the inside of Jack Berman into Foggy's. Or he's having to make a new racing line. Oh, Minato's gone as well. Nick Jumping, I think, is trying to... He's side by side with Craig. But the German unable to find a way through. So we've reached the halfway stage. Craig wide into Redgate. Nick Jumping looking to get the exit through Hollywood. What's going on the inside curve? You're really doing that. Dicing with death there as the Howland's gone down again. Shows what happens when you don't practice. Or you don't get the feel for it in a qualifying session beforehand. Shay's all over the back of Nelson, but so far he's not been able to put a foot ahead, foot into any kind of attack. And Jack's got a run on, can't think who that is, Mekovid. And he's through, or is he not? No. They're still side by side, heading in towards the final corner. And Jack moves into the top 5 once again. Watchmaker just take the really tight line, but Jack's got enough speed, good exit speed, and he's away. Doesn't need to do anything stupid, just needs to break where he usually would, turn in. And there he goes, he's got 5th place sorted. As Craig's really wide and Nick Jumping looking up the inside. And Nick Jumping goes through on the factory Aprilia. No, wait, no, I into Craners now. As Shea now is all over. Oh! Shea's all over the back of Nelson as well. As Craig's looking up the inside into McLean's. And that is a lovely move. As Shea moves into 2nd place past Nelson. Can the former champion do anything about it? Or is he just going to accept 3rd place? Nelson is usually a fighter, but in recent races and seasons, when he's tried to fight back, he's ended up face planting the floor and then leaving the lobby. And there you go, the front end just completely went on him and he's managed to somehow stay on. Nelson, if I were you, got a 5-second gap over Aaron. Just bring the bike home for a podium. You haven't had a podium in quite a while. Obviously, 2nd's amazing, but he's just got to accept 3rd. Now let's see what Shea can do from this position. Can he close in on VTR, apply any form of pressure on the reigning champion? Oh, Nick's lost the front into Redgate. So, Aaron, he's been in 4th for quite a number of laps now, but he's got one of the fastest men on track, Jack Berman, behind him in 5th. I think the Pramac Ducati will be attacking the Trackhouse Aprilia soon enough. I think you can tell Nelson's whoa. So he's completely backed off now. Gap 3.7 seconds between him and Aaron. So keep an eye on the gap. Let's see if how that situation develops over the next 5 laps. Jack Berman, 1 warning away from a long lap penalty. Jack nearly going through there, but Aaron just getting the exit. Oh, Nelson's gone down at Goddard's. Would say can't believe it, but I sort of can, to be honest. But he's managed to hold on to 3rd, to be fair to him. He had that much, he had a good enough of a gap, and he crashed quickly and remounted quickly, so he's able to hold on to the podium place. But now he's got pressure from 3 riders behind, even though he doesn't really have to worry about... Well, Jack has just picked up a long lap penalty, Mekovid's got a long lap penalty, so it's just Aaron he's got to worry about. Nelson, for the love of God, just bring this bike home in 1 piece. Well, he's already crashed it, but bring it home in 1 piece on the podium places. Whoa, Aaron Jacko hitting the inside curve down the white line and in the front tucks, but he just about held it. Oh, and he's gone. He just got that sucked into the slipstream that tiny bit into Coppice, and it just unsailed the front and he went down. So 4.5 laps remaining. Who's going to win the battle for the final podium spot, even though... But Nelson's, to be fair to him, he's only 1 warning away from the track limits, from a long lap penalty himself. Meanwhile, out front, VTR, we haven't seen a lot of him since his teammate Jack crashed. Oh! I thought I was about to curse him then. But since he crashed on lap 2, I haven't seen a lot of VTR. He's just pulled away from the whole pack. One of only, I think, 2 riders to not go down all race. Oh, Nelson's wide onto the grass. And Jack moves into third place. Now he's going to pull out a 3-second gap, assuming Nelson does not pick up a long lap penalty in the next 4. Nelson's in the slipstream. I have a feeling Mike corner cut Foggy's here. It turns out Nelson had 3 warnings, not 4, and my predictions are completely correct. Oh no, no. Oh Nelson, what have you done? Just getting sucked into the slipstream, completely outbroke himself, and now he's lost 2 seconds. And the front's going. Nelson's head, I have a feeling, is starting to fry itself in these wet conditions. 3 laps remaining. Don't exceed track limits. Don't lose 1 second. You might just hold on to a podium place. It's going to be a tough ask. But this man, he's been on it from lap 1. He's only put 1 foot wrong in terms of warnings. Sure, in his interview, my guess is when the moment he saw Jack crash, he probably just decided to ride at maybe just turn that whip percentage down 5% just to make sure no limits were being taken, no risks. No need to take a high risk when you're in this situation as the rear end snaps into the Melbourne loop and to practice. Oh, Nelson's lost it at Foggy S's and he's dropped down and he's gone. So of Nelson's career at the moment for the past few seasons. And Craig's gone as well. So VTR is going to, well, Shea has been pretty consistent over the 3 races. So I think Shea's going to be his nearest challenger. So unless something goes horribly wrong for him, it's going to be the 3rd victory in a row for VTR. 2 if you don't count the sprint. As Schmoyes is closing in on Nick jumping. Can Schmoyes do anything to Nick jumping in these final 2 laps? Oh, Nick jumping's wide. Oh! I do not believe it. Schmoyes has just clattered into Nick's bike and somehow stayed on. Unbelievable. So VTR starts the final lap of this very dramatic race. He's got it all. That was the mistake there. He's got it all right pretty much. 6.3 seconds. You can cruise this home. And he'll put a stamp on a championship lead, that's for sure. He had a bit of a stinky opening round, no fault of his own. He just got caught up He just got caught up in accidents that were his fault, but it was just a bit of a misjudgment and being a bit unlucky, wrong place, wrong time kind of thing. But since then, he's taken 2 wins, and he's about to take a 3rd. Through Foggies for the final time. That's only second track limits warning. Hold on the brakes, into Melbourne. And up towards Goddard's. And VTR is the victor here at Donington Park. Big wheelie over the line. Shea will take another podium. He's the only rider to take a podium in every single race so far. And Jack Berman will take third. Mekovic in fourth, Aaron in fifth, Schmoyes in sixth, Nick Jumping seventh, and then Howling Siege won't finish, but he'll be in eighth. So at VTR victorious, Shea second, Jack third, Aaron fourth after the penalties, Mekovic fifth, Schmoyes sixth, Nick Jumping seventh, Howling eighth, and Craig 13th. Why it said Craig's 13th, I've no idea, but yeah. So now we'll go on to the interviews. So, Jack, pole position, but unfortunately, you lost the front at turn one on the second lap, which cost you the chance of victory, but you still came back and brought home a podium at one of your home rounds you can have on this game. How does it feel to be back on the podium?
Yeah, a bit mixed feelings. Started first, which is always nice at qualifying pole. I think I could have gone a bit faster as well, a good lap at the end, and like 3 times up, and crashed. But yeah, had a decent start, got away well. VTR was, I don't understand, was really aggressive into turn one. He broke quite late and pushed me a bit wide. Minardi did as well. And yeah, I had to get settled down. I was in P3 and got past Shea a bit aggressively, but I knew that I was in Shea. And then I got in behind VTR and I felt really good, and I was he made a bit of a mistake into the final corner, so I tried to go up the inside. I tried to level him on the brakes, but he broke earlier than I do and hit into the back of him. I felt I had more pace today than VTR. I felt like I could have won. Yeah, P3's P3, got caught up in a lot. I got warning because I hit Nick Jumping out the way, but he done the exact same thing to me, so I thought I would serve it back with a bit of interest. And yeah, P3 is always nice, it's good for the championship, and yeah, I'll be better in LaSalle.
Yeah, so well done.
Cheers.
We now move on to our race. Can't remember Shea. We'll go to VTR anyway. Or maybe we'll not. There we go. He's unmuted himself. So VTR, another victory. You weren't the fastest, but I have a feeling that was just you controlling things. How was it winning at Donington Park by nearly 7 seconds?
Yeah, it feels great, to be honest. Thank you. It's quite interesting because on this, obviously on the last game, I'm obviously kind of almost a renowned rider who's not, amazing in the rain. Like, I'm not terrible, but it's definitely one of my weaknesses when it comes to racing. I'm not great in the wet weather. And someone who is Jack, and I think at one point today I thought going into this race, I didn't say this to anyone, but I genuinely thought on paper I was probably the 4th or 5th fastest. Most people were going quicker than me, and I knew I had to change something. Something wasn't right, and for me it's something like I need to be higher up. I was thinking I'm like 4th or 5th on raw paces, can't be right. And yeah, I changed something like in like the last hour, and just made small adjustments, just to things that you probably wouldn't expect, and just different things, and it paid off. And I found time in the last hour you know, and it really paid off. And the person that I was worried about today is Jack, and what he said in his interview is perfectly right. I mean, he was the real man who's probably the favourite to win today. And that's why he's, like I said, aggressive on turn 1. I knew how to do it. I knew how to get in front. And I think it was a bit roles reversed today with me and him. Obviously, most riders feel they need to get in front of me early on in the race. And that's how I felt today with Jack, because I knew if he got out in front, he would probably just pull away based off practice races. He was really, really fast. And so, yeah, I've done that. And I just tried to hold my ground and keep my advantage. And, you know, once Jack did crash at turn 1 on lap 2, I just kept my gap in front, kept it steady. 2 track limit warnings, and yeah, a nice and clean race. So yeah, good step forward for myself in the rain.
Yeah, so well done. No idea what your championship situation is, but when I do eventually do that, hopefully,
Yep.
I think
sure
it'll be you and then Shay.
Yeah, 8 points to Shay. I'm pretty sure he's very close.
It's been the only one that's been consistent over, apart from the one sprint race.
Yeah.
Every feature race he has managed to get on the podium, so
Yeah, he's done a good job, so well done to him as well as Jack as well on the podium.
So that's been it for today. Next week we'll be at Qatar, as Jack mentioned earlier, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.